Welcome back to Northampton Shaleway on day one of European Weekend 2021. Plenty of good racing from the Brisca F1s in their heats and consolation earlier on. The final and Grand National still to come. We've got the Brisca F2 meeting final coming up very shortly. First of all, though, we're going to have a word with Paul Hines, 259.
Paul Hines, Danny Wayman says you've got no fans. How do you respond to that?
He doesn't know what he's talking about. Look at the fan club behind me. Well, okay, maybe he's got a point, bless him, yeah, fair enough.
Whatever you say, Paul. Here we go then with the Brisca Formula 2 meeting final. This is the Steve Green Jr. Memorial, racing in memory of Brisca F2 number 154. Steve Green Jr. sadly succumbed to cancer at a young age. The heats earlier on, there were three of them, won by 38 Dave Polly, world champion number 7 Gordon Moody, and 761 of Richard Bowyer. Consolation went to 226 Billy Webster, so there all names worth looking out for here. A huge field of cars for this Brisca F2 meeting final. Some top shale racers in the country are out there. There's 995, that's Michael Lund at the back of the blue tops. 225 Tony Blackburn, no, not that one, at the front of the reds. Massive field of over 30 Brisca F2s out there. Gordon Moody with the gold roof and Luke Wrench with the silver at the back. They had a clash in the UK Open at Skegness a few weeks ago. Here we go then with the meeting final. Already plenty of chaos there. The bumpers going in. 324 Jordan Thackeray hits the fence. Keith Minshall, number 608. He's your early leader ahead of Charlie Tomlin. He goes through coming off turn 2. The teenager in number 129, only just out of national mini stocks a few months ago. 761 Richard Bowyer down at yellow top. He could be in with a chance here. Thackeray under fire from the 941 car of Jamie Lane. Somebody's trailing a wheel guard there already, one of the blue greys. A tangle on the inside, 618 Ben Lockwood I think involved, and 78 of Henry King. Moody and Wrench already battling it out. There's another car gets walloped in there. A couple of the red tops, couldn't quite see who they were. There's Gordon Moody fighting it out with 226 Billy Webster, 149 through the middle there as well. That's Reese Cox. Great racing in the early stages. Very fast-paced start to this 20-lap Steve Green Jr. Memorial race. 608 Keith Minshall is in the tyres there on the infield. Blue Raiders fighting it out. Jamie Lane under fire from the number 62 car in there. That's Trevor Buckley. Racing Brisca F2 on shale for many years now. Starting to sort themselves out. It is still Charlie Tomlin who leads the way in 129. Only a few meetings into his Brisca F2 career. 905 Rob Mitchell, racing on shale for many years, under fire there. A couple of his fellow blue tops. Tony Blackburn gets the bumper in on Mitchell now. 968 Mickey Brennan, the former world champion, almost getting caught up with them. Gordon Moody's in there as well with the gold roof. Number 7, 674 of Stevie Burgoyne as well. Young Scotsman. The Burgoyne family recently dominated the Irish Open Championship as well. 43 in the wall there. To the right of your picture, Marcus Gilbert. But there's our leader with the Dayglow yellow roof, 129. Charlie Tomlin. Yellow flags are coming out because of that stranded car on turn 2. Charlie Tomlin, his dad Craig Tomlin raced Brisca F2 for a few years under number 291. 43 in the wall. We'll try and see what happened there to Marcus Gilbert. Caught up with one of the blue graders and walloped straight in. That was with Trevor Buckley. The yellow's out just to allow the officials to check on Marcus there. Quite an impact with the steel plate fence there on turns 1 and 2. Charlie Tomlin the leader then. Looks like it's Jack Isitt, number 113. Pat Isitt rather, 113 in second. And the rest of them, we're not even at halfway yet. This could all change. There's Dave Polly we caught a glimpse of, number 38, had a heat win earlier on. 597 there in third, the white grader. That's Barry Clout. 36 is Kyle Taylor. 183 Charlie Ginchard. He's had plenty of success this year. F2s contest their European Championship tomorrow as well. The grid drawn by ballot for that one among the qualifiers. But Charlie Tomlin being with a chance. Well, he's never won a final in his career so far. This could be his chance as he leads them off on this restart. Scots battling it out amongst themselves there, Burgoyne and Moody. Dave Polly just ahead of them. Mickey Brennan under fire from the number 7 now. They start to sort themselves out on this restart. 761 Bowyer, an earlier heat winner, under fire from 136. That's Kyle Taylor. Oh, and a tangle there and a rollover. Who's that? Red flag will go up straight away. It's Barry Clow. Hit the fence there coming out of turn 4, and over he goes. Showing a clean set of tyres to everyone. So the race stopped, and the officials will check on Barry Clow. Just climbed up the fence and over he went there. Didn't see who he tangled with. Well, looks like he got squeezed wide by another car, and the car just clambered up the fence. The steering wheel comes out of the window, so it looks like Barry's okay. Moving around in the cockpit there. That's a great shame for the 597. He was running as high as 3rd in the early stages of this one. Clambers out of the cockpit, he's okay. Just helped away by the marshals there. More annoyed than anything, I think, Barry. Try and see what happened again there. He went wide, came back across, clattered off another car, climbed the fence and over he went. It was one of the yellow graders he tangled with there. Yes, there we see it from the head-on angle. Wallop straight in and straight over. Spectacular smash for Barry Clow. He'd run wide, and as he tried to turn it back in, the other car there just came out towards him. Couldn't quite see who it was. Main thing is Barry's okay. Charlie Tomlin, your leader. 113 of Pattis in 2nd. It's Trevor Buckley in 3rd. Getting ready for a restart then. We're not yet at halfway in this Brisca F2 at Steve Green Jr. Memorial Final. There's Dave Polly, 38, in the mellow yellow livery made famous by Days of Thunder. Tony Blackburn, 225. 606 Andrew Palmer. Almost had a rollover in the recent UK Open at Skegness. Away we go then with the restarts. And Charlie Tomlin once again leads them. Getting a bit dusty out there, but track surface still in excellent condition. 324 Jordan Thacker gets stuffed by Dave Polly into the back of Michael Lund in 995. Polly is on the move up the field, so is Gordon Moody. A quiet race so far for them. They did their winning in the heats earlier on. Moving towards the front of the field now. They know that laps are limited. There'll only be 10 laps to go. Moody moves past Thacker and Michael Lund. Somebody's lost an aerofoil there. That's a new design of Brisca F2. Jack Isitt, 103, has spun out there. There's more spinners in the background. Richie Bowyer, earlier heat winner, tangling up there with, I think that might be Charlie Ginchard. And it's the 790 car with the new aerofoil design. That's James Waterfall. That won't help his handling there. It's more like a sailboat, doesn't it, with the aerofoil like that? That's impressive. I think he'll be flagged off for that. He'll get the technical disqualification flag. Yes, he's pulling off. Well, it looks different, but not very effective. 560, Luke Wrench, the national points champion with the silver roof on the back of Reese Cox, number 149. Good to see him up at red top. 129, Charlie Tomlin continues to lead. He's led from the exit of turn 2 on the first lap. There's a car stranded there, one of the blue graders on the exit of turn 2, going into the back straight. Can't tell who it is at this moment. Luke Wrench ahead of Cox now. So much going on out there, it's hard to follow. There's bent and broken cars littering the raceway. Typical Shale 5. Dave Polly making progress now in 38 on the back of Kyle Taylor, 136. Look at this car park on turn 4. Both the Isitt family members, Jack and Pat, are in there. Pat was 2nd, so he's out of the race. Dave Polly makes the move on Kyle Taylor. Try and establish the order in a moment. We know Charlie Tomlin's leading. There's been so much going on behind him, it's hard to tell who else is where. Trevor Buckley still in the top 3, I think. Dave Polly just moving past him. Now, Richard Bowyer was delayed earlier on, so he's not 2nd. It might be Polly into 2nd. Trevor Buckley just pulling off there in the background. So, yes, I think it's Dave Polly now, possibly in 2nd. 715, that's one of the Aldridge family. Scott Aldridge, taken by 995 of Michael Lund. Is Michael Lund on the lead lap? Because if so, he's in 2nd place. Who's Aldridge there in 715 on turn 3? There's Charlie Ginchard, 183, the former novice of the year. Winner of just about every title in national mini-stocks. An honour that's now passed to Jack Witts, of course. Boards are out for Charlie Tomlin. Dave Polly has now got past Michael and Gordon Moody in there as well. I wouldn't be surprised if they get into the top three, both of them. But can they catch Charlie Tomlin? It's not looking likely at the moment. He's led from the exit of the first turn, and I think he's heading for his first ever final victory. And the prestigious Steve Green Jr. Memorial Trophy. Gordon Moody staying ahead of Mickey Brennan. That's the battle for third place. But Charlie Tomlin is not in any danger here. The son of Craig Tomlin, ex-Brisca F2 racer, is heading for his first final. Dave Polly in second place in 38. I don't think he's going to make it a heat and final double. He won't get close enough. Here comes Charlie Tomlin, coming in for his first ever final victory, and what a race to win. The Steve Green Jr. Memorial Trophy is won by Charlie Tomlin. Dave Polly comes over in second. We'll await confirmation of who was third. I think it might have been Gordon Moody. No problem at all there for Charlie Tomlin all the way. Well, pretty much he took the lead exiting the first turn and then just pulled away from there, unfazed by the stoppages. Dealing with the back markers superbly. Dave Polly has to settle for second this time. Margin of victory half a second. Well done, Charlie Tomlin. Gordon Moody in third ahead of Mickey Brennan. Then it was Andrew Palmer fifth ahead of Silvertop Luke Wrench. Rhys Cox taking seventh ahead of Charlie Ginchard. Then Billy Webster and Lee Dimmick, number 59, rounding out the top 10. Congratulations then to Charlie Tomlin. We move on to final time for the Brisca Formula 1 stock cars. 29 cars out there in total for this one. All the major names from the heats are out there. Tom Harris, Waynemans, Matt Newson, all three of the Waynemans who are competing this weekend. No Phoebe at this meeting, but Frankie, Danny and Little Ted are all out there. There's Mark Sargent in 326, Casey Engelston, number 120, now up at red top after a great start to his season. James Morris in 463, Paul Harrison came through the consolation, Bobby Griffin did as well. There's Paul Hines, 259. Where's your fan club, Paul? Tom Harris, the world champion at the back. Getting underway then with final time for the Brisca Formula 1 stock cars on the Northampton Shale. Away they go, the Blue Graders are at it already. Darren Clark gets put in 83, so does Austin Moore, climbing over his rear wheel there. I think they've all survived that. Your early leader will be Steve Malkin in number 308, the white grader, looking for a consolation and final double. Tom Harris already on the move, attacking Danny Wayneman. Sends him out wide, showers out camera in Shale. On board with Paul Harrison, car number 2, getting past Matt Newson, chased by the 217 of Lee Fairhurst. In goes the bumper, sends Paul out wide. Is it really 10 years since he won his world title here at Northampton? The track was tarmac then. Still remember being on the PA commentary alongside the late great Bev Greenhalgh for that meeting. Great honour it was as well. Paul Hines started on pole for that world final, attacking the man who won it, Paul Harrison. Steve Malkin, your early leader. 446 of Joe Booth in the middle of the pack there. Tom Harris moving forward, attacking Casey Engelston, number 120, the pinball wizard as we christened him after his antics at Skegness recently. He gets pinballed wide there by Tom the Hitman Harris. Chasing now Liam Gilbank in number 20. Still Malkin up front in car number 308. Could we see a white grader take the final here? There's the yellow graders. Daz Kitson, our earlier winner, gets past Chris Broxop. Ben Howard in behind them in 544. Somebody out into the fence there. I think that was Billy Johnson, number 169 on turn 2. Tom Harris has now got past Liam Gilbank. His next target, Mark Woodhull in the 335 car. Still getting a little bit dusty out there, but not a major dust bowl of a track. We've lost there, Will Yarrow, number 22 it is on turn 2 in fact. As Junior Wayneman gets the bumper in on 446 of Joe Booth. Yeah, 3 times world champion. Multiple winner of many, many other titles. 2-4 Kyle Gray coming under fire from Tom Harris now. Coming up to half distance. It is still Steve Malkin. Impressive stuff from the white grader. I'll pick up the leaders fairly shortly. A good gaggle of yellow graders for Tom Harris to fight his way through here. There's Billy Johnson, 169. Daz Kitson spins. It's not going to be a heat and final double for him. He's spun into the tyres. Harris now challenging Kyle Gray. Chris Broxop, Ben Howard as well in 5.44. We saw his car with tyre warmers on in the pits earlier. I don't think that was entirely serious. This is a shale meeting after all. What do you need to warm your tyres for? Besides, it's warm enough here this weekend. Steve Malkin is still out in front in car number 308, but the pack is reeling him in. Continue to fight it out. Tom Harris carving his way through in car number 1. And he catch our leaders. I pick them up as they come over the line. There is Malkin, and we're on board with the man challenging him. 5.26, Finn Sargent in second place. The inside comes the 5.26. He's going to try and take the lead here into turn 3. Malkin will try and put the squeeze on him. They're side by side for the lead through turns 3 and 4. Finn placing his car perfectly, and he's taken the lead. So it's 5.26 Finn Sargent. He's already won finals at Skegness and Kings Lynn recently, including the Ray Tilsley Memorial. He just cannot stop winning at the moment, Finn Sargent. He'll be up at Red Top before long. Finn takes the lead then in 5.26. We come into the closing stages. Matt Newson side by side with Kyle Gray further back. Then Danny Wainman in 2.12 as they battle it out for the minor placings in the top 10. Paul Harrison gets past 120 Casey Eggleston. Big Griffin in there as well. 3.38 Chris Broxop giving chase. Almost to the end of this meeting final now. Great drive by Finn Sargent. Ben Howard getting spun out there. I think that was by Liam Gilbank. Is he going to recover or pull onto the centre? Eggleston Norse getting caught up there with Paul Harrison in car number 2. It looks like it's going to be another final win for the flying Finn Sargent. His dad had a bit of better fortune this time, Mark Sargent, making the final, but he was an early casualty. Once again, Bobby Griffin attacks Paul Harrison. It looks like it is going to be a win for Finn Sargent. Here he comes. He's clear of Matt Newson behind him in the number 16. Come through into second place. Steve Malkin's still there in the top 3 as well in car number 308. We're on the last lap now. Tom Harris in behind Steve Malkin. They're not going to catch 5.26 of Finn Sargent. Round the final turn, it's another final win for Flying Finn. He really is going places in this sport. A brilliant drive, a measured overtake on Steve Malkin. We'll confirm the rest of the places in a moment. And the Matt Newson hung on for second place, I'm not too sure. Congratulations on another final win for Finn Sargent. He cannot stop winning this year. Second place in his heat despite some engine smoke behind Tom Harris, but he holds on in front. From the moment he took the lead with about 6 or 7 laps to go from Steve Malkin. A very impressive run from the white grader. I think he may have held on in the top 3. Yes, he did. Finn Sargent the winner by nearly 4 seconds ahead of Tom Harris coming through for second. Malkin pipping Matt Newson to take third place. Danny Wainman taking 5th ahead of Kyle Gray, and Billy Johnson a good 7th ahead of Mark Woodhull. Paul Hines and Lee Fairhurst complete the top 10.
Final winner, 5.26 Finn Sargent. You've certainly hit a vein of form lately.
I think I've got lucky more than anything. That's what's gone on. But hopefully it continues to tomorrow.
Yeah, you've won a few finals now. Red Roof's coming soon and all.
Yeah, it's my last week at Blue, so you got to make the most of it. I mean, next week's going to be harder, and if I finish a race next week, I'll be well happy, I think.
And you got some damage in the heat. It was smoking heavily, but luckily it's kept going all night.
Yeah, the rocker cover come loose and let a load of oil out onto the exhaust. I mean, I was a little bit worried myself, but the oil pressure was still there, so I carried on. And it's still got a minor leak now, so I've got to try and find that. And a few other bits fell off and fell to bits, so I'll try and find where they all go and put them back together.
Well, tomorrow's going to be a big day, so good luck.
Thank you.
Time for the last race of the day, the Grand National. Finn Sargent starting from the lap handicap. 31 cars on the grid for this one, the biggest field of the day for the Brisca F1s. Tom Harris is out there in this one. Got Lee Fairhurst, Matt Newson, Junior Wainman, Junior Wainman, Danny Wainman. So out there we can see Josh Smith. There's James Morris, 463. Very similar looking car to that of Matt Newson. Paul Harrison, car number 2. Bobby Griffin, 166. Jack France in 216. Paul Hines, 259. Number 16 laps coming your way. Our two novices, or one novice, one returnee, Shane Geary. I think that is at the back of the field there, along with Lewis Goodwin in 2.95. Will it be another win for Steve Malkin? We will wait and see. Can he hang on in front, starting alongside Tom Damon in car number 389? Here we go, already the Blue Graders are at it, and as always the first one to find the fence is poor Mark Sargent. He seems to be on the receiving end constantly, doesn't he? He's kept it going there. We get underway with Malkin leading them around the first turn. Finn Sargent in pursuit of the field. Another Blue Grader bouncing off the wall there, Kyle Gray in 124. We go on board with Matt Newson, car number 16, attacking Paul Harrison, and sideways there, nearly spinning. Good recovery by Bobby Griffin, 166. Paul Harrison gets bumpered wide by Matt Newson, who gets walloped straight in himself. That was Junior Wainman getting the bumper in 5.15. Early chaos among the Reds, and Danny Wainman getting squeezed to the inside by Matt Newson there, nearly hit the tyres. Lee Fairhurst in there as well in 2.17. But it's Steve Malkin who leads the way in 3.08. Second place it is 2.76 of Mark Poole. Chris Broxoff slings it sideways there into turn 1. He's in about 5th position, on board with Kyle Gray, and he gets sent sideways now, 124. Holds it together though down the back straight on the attack. The fire though from Ted Waitman in 5.55. Jake Harry gets taken into the wall there in 3.45. 2.76 is the man challenging for the lead. That's Mark Poole. In goes the bumper on Steve Malkin. Through goes the yellow grader. And who only races on shale, Mark Poole. He takes up the lead. He's going to get some bumper from Malkin here. Sends him wide again. Steve Malkin. Oh, and he's hit a parked car there, I think, Mark Poole. Somebody spun out on the inside of turn 2. I think that's Joshua Smith. And Mark Poole hit the side of him. That's ruined it for the man who was just trying to take the lead. So Malkin back in front in this Grand National. 3 wide there between Junior Wainman, Danny Wainman and Craig Finnegan. Start to settle down once again. Finnegan fired wide by Junior Wainman. He has another go at Matt Newson. Great stuff. Newson under fire again. That may have punctured a tyre on Matt Newson's car at first. That attack from Wainman. Plenty more attacking going on ahead. Billy Johnson in 169 involved there. Newson fights back, chasing Wainman. They go past Joe Booth in 4.46. The tangle there on the inside. Shane Geary was one of the cars involved in the 4.78. Johnson still under fire there from, I think that's Booth. Johnson possibly slowing there on the inside. We're on board with Kyle Gray, number 124. Once again, he gets spun out. Gray facing the wrong way. Now, who was his assailant there? He couldn't see. Got him caught up against the wall, though. Mark Poole is in the wall. I think that's Matt Newson caught up with him. Another disaster for Matt Newson, the man who seems to have no luck at all. Race continues on, though. This Grand National, still your leader is Steve Malkin, number 308. Can he hang on in front? That's James Morris stuck there. I said I was going to get those two cars mixed up at some point. Tom Damon has spun there in 389, the ex-Rebels start. Now Malkin under fire for number 22. That's local man Will Yarrow. Blue Raider up the inside. He goes through into the lead. So it's Will Yarrow with the lead. First two well clear. There's Morris's car stranded on the turn. Malkin fighting back. He's a tenacious driver, isn't he, Steve Malkin? He's retaken the lead once again. Now Will Yarrow in with the bumper once more. Leans in wide, retakes it through turn 2. This is terrific stuff. Steve Malkin has driven the best I think we've ever seen him drive in his career. Oh, and that Blue Grader rejoining there. Kyle Gray, that was, rejoining in front of the leaders. That was dicey. Now Malkin's given the chance to attack yet again on the back of Will Yarrow. Also in there, Michael Scriven, and look who's arriving on the scene. It's the world champion, Tom Harris. Smoke from Will Yarrow's car there. Harris goes through into second ahead of Malkin. Number 12 is in there too, that's Michael Scriven. 4 of them for the lead now. Behind them, Shane Geary, 4.78 has been lapped. It's Will Yarrow, 22. Number 1, Tom Harris. Now surely is Steve Malkin going to get the bumper in on Tom Harris? Is the white grader going to attack the gold top? This would be worth seeing as they come towards the end of a superb meeting tonight here on the Northampton Shale. Michael Scriven now getting past Malkin. It's Will Yarrow, number 22, lead into the final turn, or will he? Because Tom Harris gets the bumper in. There's a car spun there on the inside. They avoid that. Down the home straight into the final lap. In goes the bumper again from Harris. Is he going to get up the inside here through turn 2? Yes, he's done it. Tom Harris for the second time this evening into the lead. He's going to come through to take the Grand National victory, a heat and Grand National double for the world champion. Number 1, Tom Harris takes it. Second place, Will Yarrow just holds off Michael Scriven, and well done Steve Malkin, another fine result in 4th. Well, congratulations to Tom Harris, but Will Yarrow and Steve Malkin, 2 of the stars of that race, trying their hardest to hang on. Tom Harris takes win number 2, installing himself as one of the favourites already for this year's European title. Harris the winner by just over a second ahead of Will Yarrow. Michael Scriven pitting Steve Malkin for 3rd position. 5th went to Danny Wayman ahead of Chris Broxop. Good result for Chris. Craig Finnegan taking 7th. And Lee Fairhurst, Matt Newson and Frankie Wayman Jr. in 5:15 complete the top 10.
Grand National winner, number 1, Tom Harris. You rounded out the day perfectly.
Yeah, I shame about the final, but you can't win them all, can you? But yeah, we've worked on the car from the heat and got better again in the final, then better again in the Grand National. So we're heading in the right direction. So let's just hope we can put another day today tomorrow.
And the track's been dusty, but it's been good.
To be fair, yeah, the track is it's been superb. Probably the best he's had it here for racing wise. You know, there's various lines. You can go to the bottom, you can go through the middle, you can go to the top, and you know, they're all quite equally as fast. Just depends on what point of the race you go there. So you know, credit to Dean and his team, because you know, for the middle of the afternoon, I was a bit worried about the track being slick and dusty, and you know, and it's been fantastic. So credit to him and his team.
We're just looking at your rear tyre here. You've certainly put some wear on that.
Yeah, I was trying then. You can tell by the tyres. When I don't wreck my tyres, I say I'm not trying hard enough.
And of course, European tomorrow. You've got to fancy your chances in that now.
I don't know. It's stock car racing, isn't it? You know, I've been fast tonight, but the fastest guy doesn't always win, does he? That's the beauty of stock car racing. So yeah, I'll give it my all, and you know, if someone has a pop, then they'll have a pop back. So and then let's just hope it's a good race for the fans.
Well, have a quiet night. We'll see you're going to enjoy a little beer there, and
Yeah.
well done.
Cheers. Thank you very much. Cheers.
Well, that wraps up day 1 of European Championship Weekend 2021 here on the Northampton Shaleway. Some racers with some repairs to do ahead of day 2. Some can relax and light the barbecue. We'll have day 2 coming up in a programme in future, but for now, thanks for watching. Goodbye.